Name That Colombo Baby by the Twitchy Witch, written by T.P. Tovenar. The other day I did retreat to a Colombo café for something to eat. But as I tucked into my pie of banoffee, my ears were assaulted by a horrendous cacophony. 4 women had descended onto the table to my left from some planning committee, I hoped for an institute for the deaf. Impeccably dressed, designer bags in tow, they released their drivers from servitude. You can go, take your lunch, then pick up the child, then come back for me, and here, don't drive too wild. Directives completed, they sank back exhausted. It was such hard work being a Colombo elite daughter. I noticed one committee member was in the throes of heavy pregnancy. The others offered parental insights for her Colombo legacy. My husband insists that he will not be called Thathi. It's daddy or nothing else. My in-laws are such an embarrassment. Sia and Archie, they call themselves. Chike. Here, you should go for an Indian name, yeah? Indian names are so cool. If it's a boy, you should call it Arun. Arun right now is the trend. It sounded like Sri Lankan Arun, with a few more oohs at the end. But I suppose a country illumined by Bollywood has Aruns to make ladies swoon, whilst Aruns brought up on island mentality are showered in inadequacy and gloom. Here, you should go for English names. William and Graham are class, and Harry, Ronald, and Hermione are magical. And Princesses Meghan and Catherine Shaw. But be careful with English names, one lady extolled doom. Make sure they can be shortened, like my name Louise becomes Lou. She tearfully told of her daughter, whom she had christened Ursula, demonstrating her love of Shakespeare, Much Ado and Two Gentlemen of Verona. But the Sri Lankan love of abbreviation had reduced poor Ursula to a moribund automation. The children call her Urs, and now everyone thinks she's a hearse. They ask her if she lives in a cemetery and if she sleeps in a crypt. They wish her happy birthday on Halloween, and they call her sister a witch. Keen to assuage the poor woman's anguish, I decided to be the stranger who cared. Dear madam, don't let such childish ignorance upset you. The name Ursula actually means female bear. The woman looked at me aghast. I felt I needed to clarify fast. Why anyone would want to call their child a bear is hard to comprehend, I'm sure, but in Europe the bear was revered as a symbol of courage and power so pure. Sadly, in Sri Lanka, our bears aren't so grand. Sloth bears are shambling and raggedy. They look more like oversized badgers than symbols of strength. So it's still a bit of a tragedy to name your daughter a female sloth bear. But dear lady, it's better than a hearse. And whilst Western mums are scrambling for a little Eastern grace, naming their babies Satya, Anaya, Suri and Ilan, it seems only fair that Eastern mums borrow names from the Western race. Not so much a cultural misappropriation, rather a cultural mix-and-match swap, a demonstration of the cyclical irony of fashion, the emperor's clothes that never stops. When Sri Lanka was ruled by the British, we had our names expunged. Piyadasa became Peter, Sita, now Sally, for the ease of the Western tongue. It was a moniker of colonialism. We were little brown versions of our masters, a pretense to make us feel part of the gang. Allegiance to the crown prevented revolutionary disasters. And even today, though the crown has long gone, Colombo still pays homage to the West, naming her children after European bears, because bears from the West are the best.